Welcome to the Fabulous 50s and Beyond. I'm Jim Pollard, co-host with my wife, Jeanetta. Today we're going to be talking about Easter Seals of Western Kentucky and their art auction that they have coming up. You stay tuned, we'll be right back.
And he'd say, go with what you got. Start from where you are. Give it your best shot. Keep reaching for that star. Get in the race, keep your own pace, keep moving and never stop. Just go, go with what you got.
Our guests today are Diana Davenport and Stephanie Benjamin. They're both with Easter Seals, and we're going to be talking today about a fundraiser that you're doing for Easter Seals. I think this is the 5th year that you have done this same thing. Diana, you want to tell us a little about it?
Yes, this is our 5th year of our art show and auction. We're having our art auction this year at Main Alley Cinema, and that's September 16th from 6 to 9. And the tickets can be purchased at Easter Seals or Independence Bank, and they're $20 a piece.
Is this a silent auction or a bid auction?
We have both. We have a silent auction where we have like experiences people can bid on, and we have a live auction, which is we've brought in local artists from Lower Town, and they worked with our artists at Easter Seals, and they did collaborative pieces together, and that's what is going to be in the art auction.
So the art that you're actually selling and auctioning is art from clients at Easter Seals?
From the adult artists and from Lower Town artists.
Okay.
They work together on an art piece together.
That's good. That's very good.
That is, and different too, I would think.
So this is your 5th one. Have the others been real successful?
Yeah. Yes, they have. Yes,
Okay.
we're expanding and growing. We started off at Easter Seals itself. We had the art show and auction there, and then we expanded and we want to be out in the community. So last year was our first year at Main Alley Cinema.
Well, that's what I thought. Go ahead.
How long have you been with Easter Seals?
I've been working there 13 years.
And you?
I've been there 5.
And I know your title is art director. You're the art director,
art
right?
instructor, yeah.
And your title?
Well, I'm the case management supervisor, but now I'm going to be helping with stewardship as well and assisting the new CEO. So,
Are you working primarily with the adult services or the whole center?
well, I'm going to split my time at the offices between the Child Development Center, which is where the administrative offices are, and with the Adult Center, where I have an office. So, but I primarily work with adults as far as my caseload.
Okay.
Is with adults in what's called a Supports for Community Living, or SCL waiver.
Okay. So you are actually part of what's helping transition them back into the community?
Well, with the waiver that I work with, it is based community based. So really, it's folks who might live at home, or they might live in what's called a staffed residence with a couple of other housemates that has a 24-hour staff, or they might live in what's called adult foster care, where it's just a couple, where they live as a family. Or they might live on their own in an apartment with a lot of supports or limited supports, where someone might come in and help them shop for groceries or work out their budget, take their medications, track those types of things. A case manager is kind of a coordinator of the different services to make sure they get the services that are paid through the waiver or non-paid, like maybe trying to get them involved in a church with a church family, or some what we call natural supports.
That's very good that y'all do that. I know that that's a great help to them.
I know they always get a kick out of it when they get to what I call transition out, because we see them every year at Christmas. we do the client party, and as Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
And they're always excited to tell us, if they've gone out on their own or or they've made moves, or they've got a new girlfriend, and,
Or a new job.
or a new job. They're always excited about that, you know, which is good, you know.
Yes, it is. It's very good for them to have that. And I have to tell you a story that was really funny at the telethon one year. Of course, they bring in, you know, all these stars and everything, and one of them says, "I don't know that man, but I know Santa Claus." You know.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. There was a reporter that actually wrote that. He was interviewing one of the clients. I don't know who those are, but I know who that one is.
Santa Claus, yeah.
That's
And
funny.
they do love Santa. They really do. They just love Santa.
But it's now. Is there a set price? Or, I mean, I know at an auction, what have been some of the big dollars? I mean, they go from what to what? Maybe that's what I'm asking.
Well, last year we had a van. Chip Wynn donated a van, and we painted that, and that was auctioned at the art auction for, I believe it was
$1,200. And Chip Wynn bought it.
Yeah.
He donated
Oh, well,
that.
that was really
He
nice.
did, yeah.
wasn't
That
it?
was a big item.
He's going to bring the van to our event this year and just park it outside for everyone to see it.
Good.
Well, that's
Mainly.
excellent.
Do you have a lot of participants? I mean, a lot of art?
Yes, we'll have 10 pieces of art this year.
How many?
10 pieces.
10 pieces.
Of art. Also, David Spicer donated a jewelry piece. Last year, he donated a beautiful pearl necklace that was auctioned off for a really good price.
Yeah.
And the money goes towards Easter Seals and the art program.
Well, I think everybody in the community really loves to support Easter Seals because we know it's such a worthy cause, and there's so many people that are helped by it.
Yeah, the community's been really generous, you know, and like she was saying with the art auction, I think some of the pieces went for up to $500 or $600, you know, some of the collaborative pieces. And this year, the difference is I think they're going to be more collaborative. It's just all collaborative pieces instead of like a mixture.
We've been having, last 4 years, we've had artists to donate one of their pieces for the art show. And so this year we're doing collaborative pieces of our artist and then Lower Town or community artist artwork together.
That ought
So
to be
that
real
makes it
interesting.
more special.
Yeah, that ought to be real interesting. And then there's another art show you've got coming up also.
Well, yeah, it's kind of in conjunction with it. It's the exhibition portion where there's like a competition.
It's going to be held at City Hall. And yes, non-professional artists donated their art from the community, and the art is on display at City Hall till September 21st.
Yeah, and I know it's too late for anybody to enter, but they can go there and view it. And I think we were talking earlier that some of it is for sale also. Now, do part of those proceeds actually go to Easter Seals too, or is all of it?
Well, 10% will go towards Easter Seals.
Okay.
And the artist will get 90%. And there's also, if anyone comes, they can vote for their favorite art piece too, and there'll be an award given for that.
So that's how the awards are given, is the people actually coming and voting themselves.
There are judges too.
We have 3 judges. And they come and they'll judge the artwork, and we have several categories. We have oils, acrylics, watercolors, pastels, sculpture, ceramic, and they'll judge each medium and then give first, second, and third prizes for that. And then we have a grand prize and
That's good.
money.
These
given.
things at City Hall, they will be priced, won't they? This won't be a bid thing, is that right?
No, the artist will put the
Put the
price
price
of what
on
they
it.
want to sell
Right.
their item for.
Right.
Good.
And y'all do have a new director. I heard you mention that.
Danny Carroll.
How long's he been there?
Just since early this summer,
I knew it hadn't been long, but
late spring.
we had gotten to know him when he was with the police department. Very nice man.
Yeah, he's very nice. I think right now he's in Chicago, but he'll be back soon going with for the CEO training that they have in Chicago, Easter Seals.
I thought that's where I thought that's where they had their training, and I had heard that he
Chicago,
was there for the training this week and going through that, and so I know y'all. I guess y'all felt pretty fortunate to get him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been really, really hands-on and getting to know the agency and all the services that we provide, and yeah, he's been great.
Good. All right, give us the date. We need to know. We need to get these people to know when it is. The one at Maiden Alley Cinema.
The art auction.
The art auction is September the 16th. And it's from 6 to when?
6 to 9. And tickets can be purchased at the door also if anyone wants in. They're $20. And
All right, will there be other things going on at that time? I mean, 6 to 9, that's 3 hours. There'll be other activities that'll be taking place at that time?
There'll be food to eat for about an hour. They're going to have kind of a social hour where everybody kind of just talks.
That's a pretty good activity.
Yeah.
Eating, especially the eating part.
And there'll be a lot of downtown, a lot of local restaurants like Doe's Eat Place and Kirchhoff's is going to be.
Tribeca. Several restaurants have donated food.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I wanted, because that, and then of course 2 hours for the auction. That's not that long when you get down to actually auctioning off the pieces.
And the silent auction portion, people can bid before they go into the live auction, and perhaps when they get out, I'm not sure how they'll have it timed out, but and most of the items that will be offered there are kind of experience related. Like I know Purple Toad Winery, they're going to offer where a chef will come in and cook at their location with their winery and for 8 people, which will be really neat. And someone can bid on being mayor for the day. The mayor's office donated that. And they're going to have art classes up for bid, and also cooking classes and things of that nature. And some items like David Spicer.
That sounds real interesting, to have things like that they can bid for.
I thought it would be interesting to be mayor for the day. Could you make up some new rules or something on that day?
We'll see. I'm not sure how.
I could be snide and say they need have somebody bid for be city manager for the day, since we don't have one right now.
Oh. That's something that we should check into.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I think these things generally do well. I know we 1 year for Charity League was doing something for y'all, and they were having a Christmas store. And are they doing something this year, or do you know?
No, we're not doing a holiday mart this year.
Okay, but they did the Christmas store, because we did it in the old building out there. And I gave a Santa visit week before Christmas. And that thing brought big bucks. I mean, I actually visited in the home, and it brought big bucks that year.
Well, we might need a Santa visit for our experiences.
Yeah. But, and I was surprised at how much money it brought. But what happened was a couple of families got to bidding against each other. They wanted it, so they got to bidding against each other, and so it did well. And a lot of these things, I know from time to time they've had the different things, and they generally bring good money when they bid, like the dinners or the cooking or different things like that. They bring good, and I think that spices it up. That spices up the fundraiser and the auction too. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back, and then we'll talk some more about some other things that's going on, and maybe we can talk about some things that you're anticipating going on at the center. I mean, some of the different things that are happening there. So you stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Firing them mean looks around the place and staring us down on prices, well, I was angry. Didn't seem to bother my father, though. He had me load another bushel of apples in their trunk. I learned later on that this family was in need.
The greatest gift we give, it's in our heart, what we believe, the way we live.
Caring for others. Pass it on.
Welcome back. Our guests today are Diane and Stephanie, Diane Davenport, Stephanie Benjamin from Easter Seals of Western Kentucky. When I get involved in what we call alphabet soup, I always get confused. It's Easter Seals of Western Kentucky. And I was executive director of a nonprofit one time too, and I had a chairman of the board who was from Boston. And he called it, he had been involved with the government for years and years, and he said, all this alphabet soup, that's all they are. They can't name an agency without putting an alphabet soup name on it, you know. And so I kind of picked up on that too, and so that's what it is. But one of the things that you were talking about was, in the break, was this fall festival that you've got coming up or something like that. I know that that's one of the things that is going to happen soon. And we'll probably do a show on that when we talk about it. It's October the 15th, and from 6 to 7:30. Now, this is going to be at the CDC, the Child Development Center.
That's correct.
See, alphabet soup again, CDC. But that's the Child Development Center. Boy, that's a nice place.
It's really nice.
That is a tremendous facility, because we watched the transition from the old into the new, and then the new adult services when it was remodeled and everything.
Yeah, I was just being hired on when the transition was taking place, and it was amazing to see how our old building was remodeled even, and the CDC, it looks great. It's a wonderful building. They have a great playground and rooms for therapy. I mean, it's a wonderful facility.
I like their little commodes.
Each classroom has a little bathroom.
You don't see those in so many places.
Little sinks.
Yeah, they're really cute and comfortable for them to use. And
Yes.
Well, see, that's what I pastored for years, and I'm a big advocate of children's church, and in such that my argument always was, if I set you in a chair or a bench where you had to sit forward to bend your legs and your feet didn't touch the floor, and there was a guy standing up there hollering at you, saying words that you have no earthly idea what they mean, how would you feel? You know, when you think about it. And I always felt like the children's church is a place where they can be comfortable. I mean, you think about it. Adults are the biggest gripers if the air conditioning is out, you know, or the heat's not working in the winter, and they're so uncomfortable, you know, they're so complaining so much about it, and they don't hear the sermon if all this is going on, you know, because that's what they're thinking. And I said, you think children are any different, you know?
Why don't y'all tell us about the Fall Festival?
Yeah.
He can talk all day about all the things he's done, because he's done a little bit of everything.
The Fall Festival is something that would be interesting, I think.
Well, it's going to be an event at the CDC, as you mentioned, and it's going to be more for families, like centered towards for families who have children at the Child Development Center. And there are going to be games and food and just a fun time, kind of a, not really a family day, but kind of, a family-oriented event.
Like Fall Festival.
Fall Festival. And the Adult Center, they haven't set a date yet, but they're going to do something similar.
Oh, they are?
They are, and it's going to probably be a little earlier in October. I think they were mentioning around the 2nd, but I'm not sure. They're trying to narrow down a date on that. And they're going to do something similar where they'll have games, and they usually have bingo and like where you toss the little hoops on bottles and take home prizes, and the adults really enjoy it, and family members can come, and usually that's open to the public, and they have chili or something there generally that they serve for a really, like, $4.
We used to go because I love to pitch horseshoes. So I remember when the CDC was there, when everything was in the one building, that we used to go there.
I think that's good, because I tell you, going door to door now is just, most people don't do that with their kids unless they know the people, because we have, unfortunately, some crazy people out there.
Oh, yes.
And, so but it's fun. It's something they can do and all participate in.
Right, and with the one at the Child Development Center, I think it's going to be an hour and a half long, so it's not going to be real late. but they're going to have nachos and cheese and some other things I think available for like a small fee.
And that's another thing about the length of time. We've noticed that the span of an activity is very important when you're dealing with the children at the CDC.
Right.
They're
Or even the dogs.
well, even the adults too. Yeah, and that's true. Because we've done several events there with the kids. And golly, I guess we've done one every year for years now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Appreciate that.
So we know. But again, back to the art auction, because that's coming up quick.
Right around the corner, it sure is.
That's the thing that we need to talk about more and more. There'll be what'd you call them, experience?
Yeah, we're going to have some experience-based items up for bid for the silent auction. More, instead of like something that you take home, it's going to be more of something that will create a memory.
Somebody you take home. A shelf or a teacher or something.
I mean, we're going to we'll have a table with some items as well that'll be part of the silent auction, and that's wonderful, and we appreciate, we were just going to try to do something a little different because people are giving, with the money, our folks an opportunity to experience things, for the maybe first time, or things they wouldn't ordinarily get to experience, and so it'll be something they can take back as maybe an experience.
Yeah. Well, and again, like I said, that's important. I get tickled at the terminologies today. Everything seems to change when you talk about terminologies and the experiential gifts that you were talking about. That's a new term for me.
The words change, but the situation doesn't change. But it's just amazing to me, how that something we used to call personnel. We used to call it personnel, and now it's what?
Human resources.
Human resources. I mean, things like that. Nothing changed except the name.
The name.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's and we run into that a lot, especially in doing the show. We run into a lot of differences like that.
And especially when you get our age.
And when you get our age, yes, when you get our age. See, y'all are young, and y'all are here because we're promoting what you do and everything like that. Usually, you got to be 50 to get on our show.
That's just right around the corner.
But we like to. That's the object of our show. One of the objects is to let the people know what is going on and what is available for them. And most of our viewers are over 50, and they're interested in knowing like the art auction, because they'll be participants. They'll be the ones that can go there and can bid and can write the check when you get down to it.
Right.
And so that's real interesting. Then we like to let them know what's happening, and the artists that you have, and they're all clients, but they're all adult clients?
Yes. I work with the adult art program. And yes, we have around 30 or 40 adults that are in the art program itself. And we have classes every day. In the morning, we have a group class we have about 8 to 10 adults that come in, and we have art lessons that morning. And then in the afternoon, we work one-on-one with the individuals. They may have like an art piece that they're wanting to do, or certain medium that they like, and we work one-on-one with that individual so that they get that attention.
I guess, my assumption, which was probably a bad one, was that all of your art is painting, but it's not, is it?
No.
I caught that from what you were just statement you just made.
Yeah, we do work with ceramics. We'll have a piece in the art auction that is clay sculpture. And we also work, we have fiber weaving going on now. We've done a beautiful fiber art piece that's going to be in the art auction, and we're also working on a rug. Let's see.
So you do multimedia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that they love to do or they're interested in, we'll
Are any of them doing any mixed media?
Mixed, yes. Collages, mixed media. Yes, they love to get certain just objects and put that into their work, their art piece. and textures to feel that.
Right,
and
right. Yeah, I kind of thought that might be. Go ahead.
And some folks use like their wheelchair to paint.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's really
we've done
interesting.
wheelchair art. That was fun. That was those who are in wheelchairs. We laid out a canvas on the floor and put paint, and they wheeled their wheelchair and made a beautiful art piece. And some of them took we took their shoes off, and they got their feet into the paint and just really loved the feel of it. And it was made a beautiful art piece.
Oh yes.
You never
Oh, I
know
bet they did.
what they're going to be.
No, no, you don't, and that's exciting.
You know, I look at some of these, you know, that Van Gogh painting that was just stolen that was worth, what, millions of dollars. And I said, what's the difference in that, you know, and so many things, other things that you see? I guess once you establish a name, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Well, we're out of time almost, believe it or not. And again, I think we ought to bring up the specifics of the times and everything. And again, it's the art auction is at Maiden Alley Cinema. It is September 16th,
Starting at
6 to 9. And there'll be a silent auction as well as a bid auction.
Correct.
And I like the idea of some of the experience auction items that you're going to have, because I think they're exciting, and I think that they would be good. And then you've got the Fall Festival, as I call it, for the CDC.
And they have the art show.
And the art show at City Hall.
City
We've
Hall.
got a lot of stuff going on.
We do, yeah.
Very exciting.
And we've established a date for the CDC Fall Festival, which is the 15th.
Good.
And I'm sure other folks can come. I said it's for families, but you know, if there's someone who wants to stop in and kind of see the center,
I think it's good for the public to
we'll
see what's
definitely
going on.
welcome them.
Yeah,
It's,
see, if they know what's going on, they're more likely to support it.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to see as to what's going on. Well, ladies, it's been good having y'all with
Thank
us
you for
today.
having
and,
us. Thank you.
We're
Yeah, we
excited
appreciate
about
it.
what's happening. As we say, we always like to support Easter Seals of Western Kentucky. And for those of you in our viewing audience out there, remember that we're here every week with a different show, and we want to encourage you to watch our show weekly. And remember what we always say, use it or lose it.
Can't see as well as I used to. Can't run as far or as fast. Sometimes I think that the old me is becoming exactly that. But when I start thinking of all I don't have, that's when I tell poor me. Beethoven was 50 and deaf as a post when he wrote his Ninth Symphony. And he'd say, go with what you got, start from where you are, give it your best shot, keep reaching for that star. Get in the race, keep your own pace, keep moving and never stop. Just go.